Hey, Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline, and fans, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, continuing Zenescope week. And guys, today we're going to be doing another installment of Grimm Fairy Tales Flashback. That's right, everybody. We're going to be talking about Grimm Fairy Tales, issue number 5, otherwise known as Sleeping Beauty. Now, if you guys are not familiar with this series, I'm starting, or have already started, going through each and every issue of Grimm Fairy Tales to get you guys up to speed on what this series really is about and what it has to entail. And hopefully you guys will jump on board the series at some point in time because it's really fun, it's really different. It has to do with all of these legends and myths and fables, and it's really great what the series turns into in the future. This company is almost at issue number 100, and it has jumped leaps and bounds since then. And again, we'll be talking about issue number 5, again, Sleeping Beauty, and it's written by Ralph Tedesco and Joe Tyler. Right here, coming from Grimm Fairy Tales Trade Issue Volume 1. If you guys are looking for a different type of cover, we get to see this one right here. So we get to see that. And yeah, so let's start our story. So Sleeping Beauty, y'all know it, y'all heard of it. I mean, come on, it's part of Disney, right? This is not your Disney tale, though. Let me just tell you, okay? This issue opens up with some girl talking with some guy, and he's not the most popular guy, and this girl's some bad girl, doesn't do anything, doesn't do anything right, and she uses this guy. This guy's name is Brett. Uses him to cheat papers, go get drugs, does all these necessary favors because he likes her, and he kind of thinks she likes him back, and if he does these favors for her, he's going to get a little, so, his friend kind of sits there and tries to give him this advice going, she really doesn't like you, she's kind of using you, and he's like, yeah, but, I like her, and blah, blah, blah. So, in the issue, she sends him out on this run to go get some pot. And she says, if you get pot, you can party with us. And she kind of teases with him and flirts with him and, kisses him at the end. He's like, cool, I'm going to go get this. And Brett's friend is kind of like, no way, dude, I'm not going with you, not on this one. So Brett goes driving into the streets, and he winds up going into this pharmacy or whatever it is. And we see that he runs into Salem Mathers, but she drops her book. So he picks up the book. So happenly she drops the book, and he picks up the issue, and he starts reading Sleeping Beauty. And he starts reading the tale of Sleeping Beauty and how this story or tale might relate to the situation that he's in right now. So we get to see that there's this birth of this beautiful princess, and one of these witches is not invited into the into the story, and she's going to put this curse on the princess, saying that something will happen to her, and if someone doesn't love her with all his heart, the princess will be doomed forever. And so it comes to the princess's 16th birthday, and the father just, kind of sits there and tells her the story, just so she's aware of what happens. And there's this rose that's presented to the princess, and as she handles it, she gets pricked, and she falls into this deep sleep. And as she falls into the deep sleep, 7 days later, there's this mysterious prince who comes and says, who tries to awaken her with a kiss. And the king sits there and says, if you can awaken her, you will be rewarded as her king, or, you can marry her. So he's like, okay, I'm down for that. And as he kisses her, you get to see what happens. He winds up melting away. He's just like melting, and it's like, ah! So he didn't have true love in his heart. Meanwhile, in the issue, you get to see that there's one of these servants that, has always had a heavy heart for her. He truly loves her, and because he thinks she loves him back. And same thing, the friend winds up saying, she's just a servant. She looks at you as a servant. She doesn't look at you that way. So the king is desperate at this point. Will get anybody to sit there and wind up kissing the princess. So the servant winds up coming, kisses the princess, and she awakens. And now that's the sign of true love because he broke the curse. and the curse is broken, and they're set to be married. But the princess really doesn't love the 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 servant, or who's she going to marry. And she comes across this other guy, and you can see that they're having like this affair. And she's saying, "Oh, I'm set to be married," and she finds out, the servant finds out that she doesn't really love him, and he's so upset that he loses the love for the princess right in front of her, and not knowing that the curse comes back when you lose the love for the princess, and she falls back asleep. So when he loses the love, he automatically loses his life. She falls back to sleep, and ever since then, no one tried to wake her up. And she wakens up 100 years later as an old, haggy, nasty, wrinkly lady. So interesting stuff. And after Brent winds up reading his story, he's sitting there going, "Oh shit." And he realizes that he's going through this experience. And the book has strange tales of matching up a story to the character that's involved, what's going on there in their life. So what happens is Brent goes to the door, and he sits there, and he goes, "I didn't get your shit. Here's your money back." And he goes, and he sits there, "I'm leaving you, so you're not the person I thought you were." And at the end of the issue, you get to see Salem Mathers here go, "Hey, Brett, I think you got something in mind." Gives her a little wink, and that ends the issue. I like the issue. I thought this was one of the better issues in Grimm Fairy Tales as of right now. I think one of the best ones was Robin Hood, and I think we had Cinderella, which was really good too. But Sleeping Beauty was by far one of the best issues, because I love the message that it presents here about actually, people using you and taking advantage of you, and you're falling for it, and you can get hurt in the long run. And that's the message that I really present here. I thought the overall artwork in this issue was really solid, could be gruesome at times. I thought this was a fantastic read. Again, one of my favorite issues of Grimm Fairy Tales at this particular point in time in this series. So if you're a first-time reader, you might really enjoy the twist here. And I actually really enjoyed this the first time I read it, I remember, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. So I really enjoyed this, and this was issue number 5 of Sleeping Beauty. So guys, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Are you interested in Grimm Fairy Tales? If you have any questions on Zenescope Entertainment itself, please leave those comments below. I will answer for you. I will recommend stories for you. Grimm Fairy Tales is their main book, but they have so many of other books out right now. And you can catch up on these trades. These trades are really, really great. And if you go into Zenescopecomics.com, they're offering dollar issues at this moment too. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline, and until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.